Welcome back, you lovely viewers, to this, the Manchester United career mode. And guys, today we're going to be bringing to you classic, traditional career mode, no cutscenes. Yes, sir. I know a lot of you guys might be a little bit disappointed because, you know, we got Arsenal in this one, and I do have a storyline that I have in mind that will kick in into the next episode because, as you can see right here, we got Arsenal, we got Fenerbahce, and we have Swansea, as well as West Ham. In the next episode, we're going up against Arsenal again, so that is another opportunity. I'll put the cutscene in there. No cutscenes in this one for two reasons. First one, and the big one, I got a big job interview tomorrow that I really need to prep on, but I still wanted to get, you know, a career mode out on Saturday. So I'm going old school on this one. And secondly, a vocal minority of you guys, it seems like the majority of you guys love the cutscenes, but there are some of you guys who have voiced your opinion saying that you don't really enjoy the cutscenes. So what I'm going to say here is, put it up to a vote. Do you guys enjoy the cutscenes? Should they stay? Should they go away? Or should they be saved for, you know, special occasions up against, you know, Pep Guardiola and, you know, Arsene Wenger and that kind of stuff? Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, I just want to get this out to you. I am nervous. I am very, very nervous, guys, because work for me, if you don't know, I work full-time freelance, which means work just kind of comes and goes. And tomorrow I have a very important interview for a position. And if I can get it, it's going to be big for me. It's going to be big for me. So hashtag pray for me, Morris. Right as you guys are watching this, I'll be going ahead and having that interview. So go ahead, hashtag pray for me, Morris. Please, I did this because I'm going broke out here. I'm not YouTube rich by any stretch of the margin. If you guys want to know, quickly, what I brought in last month didn't cover my electricity bill. Living out here in LA. So there you guys go. We are going up against Swansea in this first match, though. And let's go a little bit different format. Since I'm going non-traditional, Leroy Fer should have scored there, my son, but Fabinho able to go ahead and clean up that mess. But let's talk about real-life Manchester United. What is going on? What is going on? We thought Jose Mourinho. Has Jose lost his touch? It's a long season, but I thought he would stabilize. You know, there are a couple of injuries that have been hampering him. A couple of transfers that haven't super worked out. Zlatan, as you can see, like right here, has been a little bit tepid lately. And in this episode, I'm going to be trying to give maybe Rashford and Martial a little bit more run. You know, just because I think, you know, sometimes he's good, but he seems to be a streaky player. And look at this. This is what Rashford would do to you. Zlatan would have gotten caught up right here. Put it on the ball. Nope. We have to increase the finishing on Rashford. This is ridiculous. The amount of great opportunities he's been in, but just cannot finish. Great shot there. Great save from David De Gea over there. And just the injuries that have been piling up for real-life Manchester United. Eric Bailly now. I'm just fearful that going into November, I remember when we lost Luke Shaw last year, the defense absolutely crumbled for. So I'm concerned, man. I think Pogba's okay, you know, but Zlatan hasn't worked out. Mkhitaryan hasn't worked out. Depay hasn't really, you know, developed. Martial hasn't really gotten to the swing of things. We looked good in Europa the other night, but up against the big teams, we get 4-0'd by Chelsea. Disappointing. Up against, yeah, I thought we were okay up against Liverpool, but then, you know, disappointing up against the likes of Manchester City. We did beat them in the EFL. Whoop-de-doo. They started a skeleton squad there, and we started our full team, and we were only able to win by 1. But let me know in the comments down below, guys. What do you guys think? What is the issue, man? At first, I thought it was Rooney, but Rooney's been out of the squad for a while now, and we're still getting killed. You know, then it's maybe like, oh, maybe the balance isn't right. Maybe we haven't put, you know, we need to put Ander Herrera more in there. And then we play Ander Herrera every match and still not the greatest results. I still think he's a phenomenal player. I'm not knocking him at all. But it's just weird. Just the balance and the defense of the team. Daily Blind, I think he's an intelligent player, but he's cost us at least like 4 goals that I can count off the top of my head this year. And with Bailly out, I can't see the defense getting any better. Maybe bringing in Carrick. The issue is that it's a flawed squad. If you bring in Mata, you get more creativity, but he offers you next to nothing defensively. I mean, you saw Hazard absolutely skin him in the Chelsea match. And then when you bring in, I think Carrick's the best passer on the team. He could really start some plays, but once again, he's a little bit of liability. Old legs get him back as well in the midfield. He could get run ragged, especially with the athleticism in the EPL. So it's a flawed side, man. I think Pogba's great at holding up the ball and delivering a killer ball, but he's not a better passer than Carrick. He's not a better playmaker than Mata. At least not right now. Hopefully he could develop into it, but I think that was the hope. And then Mkhitaryan, it seems like the speed of the game is too fast for him in the EPL right now. And then he had the injury knock. It's a flawed team, man. It's a flawed team. But here we go, the big one, up against Arsenal, up against Austin Wenger, and they assigned Javi Martinez as their big boy, and they are not doing so hot in the table. I mean, they're tied. After this, you know, if they get a couple points, they could jump up to third here. So it's not the worst. Just a whole bunch. There's a logjam at 20 points over there. Fortunately for us, Bai is okay for us. Pogba did get injured in the last episode, but it was only an elbow bruise. He was only out for 8 days, so he should return into the lineup for Arsenal. Jurček, Debuchy, Mustafi, Vilcini, Koscielny. What am I even talking about? And as you can see, Walcott, Danny Welbeck, and Hector Bellerin starting on the bench. So maybe we can attack them, actually. Their superstar fullback is relegated to the bench for some reason. Now, Valencia getting on to the middle. Look at that. Dangerous stuff, dangerous stuff. We were starting a couple of second teamers in here. Memphis Depay said he wanted to give a go in this game. And usually, if I give that kid a go, they tend to perform better than usual. At least maybe it's a little bit superstitious. Zlatan laying it off for Martial. Flickered. Just a chance, but it's going to take something spectacular to get past Petr Cech, one of the best in the world. Pogba trying the fantastic, but still nothing there. 42nd minute. Look at this. I take a terrible angle. Chamberlain is through. What can the Oxman do? Stops on a dime. I go ahead, try to nibble at him. Able to just get enough of that David De Gea, and we're able to clean it up. And very back and forth. Easily could have gone either way, but we somehow find our way to the halftime 0-0. Now Alexis Sanchez absolutely skinning in by, goes into the middle, laying it off, and whoa, desperation stuff. And that was Javi Martinez there. That was a center back's finisher there. Now Saul holding up the play. Draxler still would have been. See it cross. Oh, that is such a deft. That's subtle, man. That's not something that you're going to find to, you know, like, oh, like that's a move, but that deft move right there. The touch and the dribbling of Draxler coming into play. Look at Jose. No condom sex for everyone. Oh, dear. 4 goals, and it is our midfielders that are going to be trying to step up and push us through this tough run. I mean, you know, we drew up against Swansea. Wasn't all that great. And Manchester United have been in a poor run of form. I thought it'd be poetic that we're in a little bit of poor run of form here. Mr. Pogba going ahead and get knocked out the ball, and Hugo is a pick it, brother. Okay, so I hit a couple of nice ones with Zlatan, but it's just not happening. Just not happening right there. Now Shaw, is that a penalty? No, it is. But Alexis Sanchez latches onto it, finds the inside of the post, and somehow stays out. Rashford now in for Zlatan, getting over to Ander Herrera, fires it, a pinger, looking for top ends, but once again, Petr Cech stout in his defense, then gets turned, brings it across the bow, sails across, but that will be the final kick of the game, and we do go ahead and defeat Arsenal in the league. Julian Draxler scoring our first and only goal of this episode so far, and the German was admittedly, it was hard to adapt for him at first, coming over from the Bundesliga, much like Mkhitaryan, but he's found his groove here, and his superior dribbling and his deft ball control coming into play in this match. It was close, as you can see. They had actually more shots on target. We had more shots in general, but at the end of the day, it was a sweet little, just a peach of a move from Julian Draxler that makes the difference in the match, and that is why you need superstars. So right now, you need that playmaker, we need that X factor, and we just don't have it. We don't have that player that can pull the team by its bootstraps through the hard times to get those tough wins. I'm scared. I'm scared, guys. You know, I don't want to panic and any of that kind of stuff, but I'm scared about real life Manchester United. You know, the whole stalwart of Jose Mourinho, it was the only move to make, was that he would be good defensively, and it just hasn't really happened. Alright, so we only have 2 matches left in the EuroLeague, so I thought I'd go ahead, instead of watching us go pound on Fenerbahce, I'm going to sim this match. There we go, Rashford and Mattiello going ahead and getting a goal early on in this match. Can we make it 3? Nope. There we go. We're pretty much advancing in the EuroLeague. I thought we'd end it off with a nice little cupcake of a game up against the West Ham. We're a big club now. We finished 6th last year. There we go, ladies and gents. And loving, can I say that I love these neon green. I know I've been saying it before, but every single time it was just so dull when FIFA 17 released. It was just so drab, and now that it makes me feel more immersed. It really does. So I mean, golf clap to you, EA, for doing this stuff. And there's other stuff, the Frostbite engine. I have a lot of stuff to gush about FIFA 17. I have a couple other things that I don't want to gush about FIFA 17. New to this year is driven finishing, and honestly, to me anyway, driven finishing's fine. But it's like the only way to consistently score in FIFA 17, at least in career mode. And it gets a little bit boring after, low driven finish, low driven finish. I want to ping a couple into the top net, but it doesn't allow me unless it's on a free kick, not too far off. We're giving Rashford the start in this match, if you hadn't noticed from the starting lineups, because Zlatan's been on a bit slow run in the past 2 games, and I thought, why not give youth a little bit of run? Draxler pinging it from distance. Yeah, okay. I want to score a little bit prettier goals than the low-driven finish. Why can't you give me to me? There we go. Actually, I tried a low-driven finish. Maybe should have gone near post on there. But there we go. Going ahead, stealing away in the midfield, laying off, going to Saul, going into Julian Draxler, his 2nd goal in as many games. And watch this, man. Watch, this is the Frostbite engine at its best. Look at this. Not right there, but right here. Look at your teammates go in. There's no clipping of arms. No hand is going through buttholes or shirts or anything. That looks like a team celebrating and getting hyped for their boys scoring. And that just brings out, that's just, I don't know, for me, I felt it right there. I was like, yeah, that's like exactly how it would feel in real life. I have to give, EA, good job. If it's in the game, it's in the game, EA. Well done, EA Sports, on that one. Fix the finishing, tweak the finishing a little bit next time, and you got a pretty solid game on your hands, I must say. Look at that, firing it. If it's not low driven, I'm not all too concerned. And look at this, off of a break, we find Hungman's son in acres of space, threaded through ball. Another nice addition by EA. Goes ahead, patiently playing it off. Does Zlatan? No! It's Anthony Martial. I was about to say Zlatan. Martial goes ahead, unselfish play, and laying it off. And yes, as I said before, it is the midfielders. You guys have been saying Ander Herrera, play Ander Herrera more. I'm with you. He's an amazing player in real life. He's an amazing player in the game. I got to get Ander more into the match. It's just tough. Who do you play him ahead of? Because Saul's our player of the year so far. If I have to give it up to one player in this squad in the first half of the season, it's Saul in the CDM position. You can't take out Pogba because he's Pogba and he's tremendous. He wins everything in the midfield, even though, he could do pretty much everything. He's the ultimate FIFA player in career mode. And then who do you take out? Draxler? Draxler's been kicking ass. Anyway, we're bringing in some new blood. Zlatan getting a little bit of minutes over there. And look at, this is why you don't take out Pogba. Because he can do that. That's ridiculous. We actually started him ahead of Pogba in this one. And now Zlatan linking up with Pogba, flinging it, and Rudolph once again. See, that's the thing, man. If I had just taken one more touch and done a driven finish, it would have been 3-0. But I don't want to do it. I'm up 2-0. I want to score something pretty. That one's kind of tough. Maybe could have shaped it. Put 3 bars of power onto it. If you're figuring, if you know other ways to finish in career mode consistently without, without doing low driven finish crossbody, please let me know. Because I'd like to score a couple more Joga Bonita goals. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much going to be it. A short and sweet episode, a classic episode. It feels good, man. It feels good just to be back and commentating, not stressing out about thinking of like cool cutscenes and that kind of stuff. So remember to go ahead and vote in the straw poll. Well, not in the straw poll. Go ahead and vote in the thingy thing over there. Remember to go ahead, wish me some good luck, man. I need that good juju. Hashtag good luck, Bimonis. Down in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this episode, I humbly ask that you go ahead, take your nipple, smoosh it into that like button. Can we get 100 likes? I think pretty much every single one of these has been getting out 100 likes. And Gamba Osaka hasn't beaten you boys out. This gets almost double the views of Gamba Osaka, but somehow Gamba Osaka gets more likes than y'all. Show them what's up. Let's get a little bit of friendly rivalry. Who can get more likes out of the two. And if you want to go ahead and check it out, my last episode of the Gamba Osaka career mode is a good one. I actually got my girlfriend involved in a little bit of the voice acting, so if you want to go ahead and check that out, go ahead and click right here. Ding. I also released the best young center mids that you should be using in career mode, and if you want to go ahead and check that out, go ahead and click here. Ding. Anyway, my name is MINI-RANT. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Remember, stay yourself, stay humble, be weird.